Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Anthony Lug. Jamaica's trade deficit expanded in the first 5 months of 2025 as the country spent significantly more on imports while earning less from exports, according to new data released by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin. Between January and May, total imports climbed to $3.16 billion, marking a 3.6% increase over the same period in 2024. This was driven by higher spending on raw materials. In contrast, exports earnings fell by 6.9% to $773 million, down from $830.7 million a year earlier. Statin attributed the decline primarily to a 26.8% drop in the value of mineral fuels, a key export category. The United States, China, Brazil, Nigeria and Japan remain Jamaica's top import partners, accounting for $1.96 billion in goods. On the export side, Jamaica's main destinations were the USA, Russia, Iceland, Canada, and the Netherlands. However, revenues from these countries dipped slightly by 0.7% to $558 million. Effective November 2, Caribbean Airlines will stop offering services between Jamaica and Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the United States. The last flight will be on Saturday, November 1. In a release, Caribbean Airlines said they took the decision due to the economic challenges affecting the route. Customers who had bookings will be refunded. The Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, Livingston Morrison, says he intends to continue to build from the foundation of his predecessor, Dr. Marlene Street. Our news team spoke with the new CEO.
Livingston Morrison has been sitting at the helm of the Jamaica Stock Exchange for a little over 2 weeks. He succeeds Dr. Marlene Street Forrest, who led the entity for over 20 years.
The departure of Dr. Street Forrest does not mean that all of a sudden we have a new strategy, a new mission, new focus. No, it doesn't. We are a mature organization. We have crafted a strategy which is well informed by our understanding of the market and what is expected of us. We have processes for reviewing that strategy periodically, and we'll continue to do that. Of course, as part of that element of the governance process, I will bring my own perspectives to bear on that process.
Mr. Livingston has been on the board of the JSE for 19 years, but his new role at the reins comes at a time when investor confidence has been waning. The main market index, for example, fell nearly 10% for the year to July, while the junior market also saw declines. His strategy?
Engagement. We really do need to understand what are the major issues faced by investors and position ourselves to respond to that. Of course, at the best of times, influencing investor confidence is a difficult undertaking, which requires a number of different stakeholders to be involved. So I'm mindful of that. Already we have had our systems for collecting and reviewing and analyzing investor complaints, and we need to take some insights from that.
Then there's the issue of late filings. Companies on the junior market in particular have been delinquent in filing annual reports and audited financial statements.
The number of entities on the stock market has increased significantly over the past 15 years, and the junior market contributed significantly to that. One of the questions that I need to develop answers for is the extent to which the entire system has the capacity to respond to the pace at which we grow and develop. Are we producing accountants, auditors, other players in the profession at the same pace, or at a pace that is supportive?
The JSE index declined by 657 points, while the junior market index declined by 30 points. The winners include 138 Student Living Jamaica, A.S. Bryden & Sons Holdings, AMG Packaging and Paper, Atlantic Hardware and Plumbing, and Caribbean Assurance Brokers. The losers include Berger Paints, Blue Power Group, Carreras, Epic Caribbean Property Fund, and Everything Fresh, 22 stocks traded firm. Foreign exchange trading ended with banks and cambios selling the US dollar for an average $160.93. The Canadian dollar is being sold for $117.50. The pound is going for $216.91, while the euro is selling for an average $190.87. And that's the business day. I'm Anthony Logue. News from overseas after the break.